私にも挽回の
Alright, what's going on, folks? Mushoku Tensei fans, look at me. Not even fully dolled up, man. I'm just going to jump into this. I was really excited to talk to you guys about Mushoku Tensei. And I've been working on this concept for 2 days. So yesterday, oh damn it. Yesterday I tried to make a Rudy defense video because of this comment that I saw. I'm gonna go ahead and read the comment. But honestly, even though I believed in what I was saying, it just wasn't fitting. Okay, and I realized that I need to focus on the show, not Rudy. And if you guys are focused on Rudy being a good person or not, and you base that as a reason to watch or not watch the show or complain about watching the show, then you're in the wrong crowd. This is about the quality of the show and how well written it is, not whether the MC is a hero or not. Now, from a week-to-week basis, you'll hear me vent about something the character did because he emotionally provokes me. The show does that, but I never ever even consider for a moment that we need to drop the show or that the show is poorly written. In fact, it's greatly written for the very fact that it keeps me thinking about it so often. There's very few isekai that get that kind of emotion or reaction from me where I keep wanting to talk about it and think about it. So anyways, let's get into the comment. The comment said, "Really disliked this episode. I thought Rudius had become better than this. He regressed to his season 1 self. Or maybe I was wrong expecting him to have developed past his garbage sexual harasser trait. It seems at the start of the season he wasn't over this, but he actually just too sad to commit sexual assault." See these powerful words people are using? "Now he's back to normal. Can't expect much growth when he faces no consequences too. Siffy being okay with it as long as he doesn't touch them like that was just terrible. This type of shit shouldn't be happening. And still, it was just played for laughs, which makes it even worse. I expect better from Mushoku Tensei." That's the beef. You heard that? I expect better from Mushoku Tensei. I endured, oh my gosh, the travesty. I endured Rudius' disgusting behavior in season 1 for the sake of cool character development. But this shit can't go on. This gag should have stayed in season 1. All right, so let's break it down. So first of all, I don't know why you expect Rudy to be a changed, reformed man. There is nothing in the season 1 writing that even implies that this is a story about a hero who's meant to change the world or any of that sort. I don't even know what Rudy's function is in this world. We're just watching his reincarnated journey and trying to get his family back together. And obviously, he's very powerful. He's stronger than he even realizes. So I don't know. There's nothing in this that shows some hero redemption story. There is plenty of other isekai to watch. This one is, in my opinion, different than the norm. So let's go into it. And it's, again, we're going to focus on Mushoku Tensei more than Rudy, but we're going to go in on Rudy's behavior a little bit. First of all, let's talk about Siffy real quick. Like, you're disappointed with her. What do you expect Siffy to do? This is borderline how this world operates, and a large portion of the characters that we are introduced to are flawed and or scummy in our world, but they're just a normal makeup of the Mushoku Tensei world. Paul could not help but stop cheating. My God, you saw it? This dude is cheating from right to left, and this is Rudius's father in this world. You had Ghislaine, I butcher her pronunciation, just in a room letting Rudius smack her tight, muscular ass like it's nothing. The whole gray rat family has slaves on top of slaves on top of slaves, smashing beast girls like there's no tomorrow. The beast people unjustly incarcerated the homie Rudius like it's nothing, right? Naked, hanging over the village, and they're mean to Ridyard and Ridyard's people, and there's slave trading happening all over, and if your family can't pay your debts, they too become slaves. That is the world that is Mushoku Tensei. Now, it's not designed to be this holy world that you're supposed to be excited about. It is depicted as a borderline medieval time period, but we can't say medieval because it's not of our world. It's from a different world. That's just for you to understand where we're at. And in the medieval time periods, or any time period like that, that's how people acted. Shit. That's how people are acting right now. but not in much of the developed world other than we hide it. I actually hear that this country that I live in right now is one of the largest buyers. I'm actually not gonna, because this is gonna ruin the tone of this video. So the point is that this is the world, and Mushoku Tensei is worse because it's a less developed world, right? So Siffy is literally acting as a normal person in this world, so you shouldn't be disappointed in her. Now, it is possible that just because something is the norm doesn't mean that you should think it's right. But it is very hard to be the one and only person to kind of separate from that norm. It takes a lot of circumstances, like it happening to your own people. I'm not going to break down all the reasons, but it takes special circumstances more often than not for someone to go, yo, this is wrong, and I'm going to change it, okay? So, yeah, someone just beating a slave, I'm not going to say that, oh, you know, that was normal for that time period, so we should just accept it. I'm going to say that's some heinous actions. Like, you just beat up a slave. What kind of person are you? Because even beating up an animal, a dog, like, you don't feel compassion when you look into its eyes, right? But the very concept that you partake in it in that world when it's the norm, I can't judge you too strongly. And yo, I know as a black man, a lot of people are going to be, oh my gosh, but it's like, yo, you go to the market, and there's some slaves and they're at discount, they're gonna be someone's slaves, regardless of they're yours or not. So like in Rudy's case, it's like, yo, they're better with me than somebody else. So I'm just gonna take them. And as you saw in that episode, he's like, yo, she's not even a slave. She's free. I don't know how literal to take that, but yeah, I can't even say that very comfortably because I know a lot of people are gonna attack me for it. But like I said, man, if you were in that world, there's a strong chance that you might go through all the emotions. Like, listen. You're gonna go through all the emotions. You're gonna say, this is wrong, this is terrible. I believe it's wrong or terrible. And you keep passing the marketplace and there's that slave person just there, right? And it's like, yo, I got $500 in my savings account and this is all I got. You approach this person and say, look, man, this shit is wrong. I don't have much in my bank account, right? This is all I got. So I'm gonna free you because this shit is wrong. But at the very least, man, I'm gonna want you to work with me, cooperate with me. I gotta make this back because this is all I have, and I gotta provide for my family. So you help me make this back a little something, and then you just go on about your merry way. Can we make that happen? Can we do that? That's what would happen 9 times out of 10, right? So I know it got people. I know it's tough. So anyways, that's what Siffy is. And how this operates, or this world, that's what Rudy's operating in. It's like, yo, this is what happens in this world. Like, I don't like it. I never saw him take pleasure before episode 7. I never saw him take pleasure in the aspect of slaves. You know, he just participated. And God's black man, people are gonna come for me. I can't believe, but yo, the importance of why I talk about Mushoku Tensei, and again, this topic is, if you just look at the surface things, like what's easy to think about, you're not really going to enjoy the story to its fullest. It's very easy to sink into your outrage and slip into our preconceived biases or relate it to our real life circumstances and just completely miss the depth of the story and or the objective situation the characters are in and what we would do if we were in that situation. And Mushoku Tensei is one of the stories that does that. Anyways, and back to what we would do if we're in that situation. Now we're going to go over to Rudy. I have to take off my glasses because I don't need to read. So now we're going to talk about Rudy and what he did to those girls. It's despicable. It's despicable, the groping. You can't defend that as I go on to say stuff. So I'm not going to say however, but we know that tribe, this is why the situation or the scene was supposed to be deeper. So if all you got out of it was, oh my gosh, Rudy did despicable behavior, you're not even looking at the complete picture. Now, if you look at the complete picture, hear what I have to say, and still feel outraged or disappointed, yo, where's my hand clap? I think I just did a hand clap. Now I think I turned it off. No, that was a Vine boom. Terrible. Hold on, turn on the sound up in this bit. Back in season 1, Rudy was in some complicated scenario with some sacred beasts of these beast people. I forgot the exact situation, but they falsely accused him of doing something, incarcerated him butt-ass naked in front of the whole village, and treated this man like shit until things went down and he borderline helped protect this village. Fast forward, same goddamn descendants are right there, right? Disfiguring, dismembering is the word I'm looking for. They dismembered his deity. So he's like, oh, I remember y'all people, and I remember what y'all did to me. So now I'm gonna incarcerate y'all. While I'm at it, do I work? You know, it's one of those things, right? And again, it's basically an eye for an eye or it's karma. It's not good behavior, but you should understand that that tribe, that group of people would basically do the same thing to Rudius if they were in the position to do so. There's another little detail to it that's very hard. And like I said, I say this with a grain of salt. Notice how those girls started calling him boss? Like, I don't remember Rudy saying, call me boss. I don't remember that happening. They just became subservient, even after being like free. Like they respect Rudy at this moment as their dude. Like, yo, that's our boss, and they're going about their business. They have a custom and a way of life that's not relatable to us. Not relatable to us. So they don't even look at it like they're scarred. Oh my gosh, Rudy, I can't believe he did this to me. They don't even perceive it like that. It's like, damn, we messed with their god and they got his back. Rudy has showed us that he's the dominant one. Meow! And bark, because they're beast people. So now we're gonna behave and we're gonna call him boss. Play with my titty. It's gonna be okay. But now we respect this dude and we know not to mess with that god, and that's pretty much their attitude. And you can't relate that to real people because, like, in a real life setting, nah, that's just atrocious. Like, that's not okay. In this story, that's a weird group of people in a weird ass world with a weird ass MC, and that's the story that's depicted. So then you just laugh. And if you don't have a dark sense of humor, right, or a twisted sense of humor, you're gonna have a hard time appreciating some of these scenes. And I already see why that's challenging, because it's like you harbor those thoughts in your mind and you could possibly find that funny. What type of person are you? So then I have to ask, do you play GTA? Your outrage, do you play GTA? All right, that's Grand Theft Auto. And how do you play Grand Theft Auto? Do you not murk the civilians in Grand Theft Auto, but you would never do that in real life, right? That's what the story provides. It's a GTA experience. Rudy is doing this shit for real though, so we don't look past him. But like in GTA, I remember Call of Duty back in the day, there was a very controversial scene in an airport, but you just let that M16 spray in an airport, whatever weapon we use. And we do that in fiction / fantasy, just be freaking cuz. And anyone who thinks I'm weird for this, look at all our action movies where we glorify our stars for gunning down whoever they gun down. Every now and then there's a drug lord movie and we root for the drug lord or the drug, whatever. This is part of our fiction, rooting for badass characters doing things that we would never think to do. We know is inappropriate, but for some reason in fiction is mildly entertaining. Maybe there's a part of the human instinct or the human psyche that we're animals at heart, and there's certain tendencies that get fulfilled in fiction. I'm not really saying that Rudy. So the point is, I want to be very clear that Rudy is not necessarily supposed to be a good character. It doesn't matter. It's an interesting world, and sometimes there's gonna be funny things happening or situations that are inappropriate depicted as humor. And if you got one of these personalities, you're not gonna appreciate it. But I know that many of you guys just can't take a joke or just can't let loose at certain moments. I know that because when I make jokes, I get certain types of comments. I'm like, yo, it's just a joke, relax. So when this person says I had to endure a season 1, what do you mean endure a season 1? And there's a lot of people like that. This is not a minority. There's a lot of people who watch Mushoku Tensei and I read their comment and they say something condescending or insulting. And it's like, what are you watching this for? You just watch it to hate on it, right? But yeah, it's meant to have a light sense of humor and to let go. So two things. Just how to talk about how I know people don't know how to take a joke. A couple weeks ago, there was a character, and I'm not going to spoil the show, but his F stood for fear, right? That was what he did. He instilled fear into people. And he was bodying someone, and I said, yo, the F stands for phenomenal. And a good number of people were like, dude, how did you miss that the F stands for fear? A good number of people, all the likes. Then your boy Roshi saw the same exact scene. I said the F stands for final, and he said the F stands for phenomenal. We never talked to each other. That's just a normal joke in our culture with Lil Wayne. So, and the F stands for phenomenal. Phenomenal starts with the P, by the way. Anyways, and people didn't understand that was a joke. One Piece, I had said Luffy was going against a strong opponent in the 800s. It was Big Mom. I won't spoil it, but whatever. And I said that, yo, Luffy is the strongest character in One Piece, period. Someone was like, no, he's not. I was cheering for Luffy, and like, I don't understand why you would cheer for Luffy. Like, he would lose in a situation. I was like, nah, man, Luffy's the strongest character in One Piece, period. And then they started to explain to me why he's not the strongest character. And it's like, you don't hear that that's a joke. You don't realize when someone's just being facetious. So I realized there's a lot of people who just can't let go and accept that something is just funny, right? So it's a fantasy world. some beast girls mess with his god, and he did some stuff. Fantasy was laugh. I can't even say it out loud. I'm not ignorant. It's not like I don't know that this is some sick, twisted shit, right? They're not people. They're beasts. You know? And then, it's his god. So the other thing is, like, the previous episode, I was frustrated with the slavery aspect, but on the rewatch, I saw that Rudy didn't look like he was happy about it. I covered that in the beginning of the video. He didn't look like he was happy about it. So he just did what he had to do. He couldn't free everybody. I said he should have freed that warrior woman. He didn't do it. So anyways, and then we fast forward to this scene. It's something similar, but it was supposed to be done in jest. He doesn't work. So this dude is often trying to see if this is going to get him to work. You see various moments where that is happening, and it's building up for when it finally does work. As far as I'm concerned, it's going to be with the homie Sylphie. You know, obviously, if you watch Mushoku Tensei and you enjoy it, you're fine with it. There's going to be that small minority that may not even listen to this video. But yeah, y'all are focusing on the wrong things if you don't enjoy the show, in my opinion. And or you lack a serious sense of humor when it comes to dark thoughts, dark ideas. Now, these are not dark ideas to glorify. You don't look at these dark ideas and then say, oh, I want to do it. But it's just interesting how this writer wove it into fiction and did it in a way that made sense. So this man is suffering from ED. He's put in a situation where he's growing feelings with his female friend who he thinks is a guy. That's funny, okay? He captures some beast girls. They mess with his god. He got angry, guys. He lost his stuff. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna see if I work. I don't work, so whatever. Anyways, I gotta figure out how am I gonna get out of this situation. Like, it's not meant to be heroic or great. It's just like, yo, this is wild, man. I'm interested to see where this story goes. How does he get out of this situation? This is crazy. Because we've seen all the vanilla stuff. There's plenty of vanilla material to watch. So, like, again, there's no need to watch Mushoku Tensei and complain. There's plenty of other media to watch. You don't have to watch the show. The problem is that the show is amazing, and everybody who's an isekai person is into the show, and you can't help but not be a part of it, but you want to change it to the direction that you're in. Actually, this is what I should have said in the very beginning, right? That's really what the problem is. You want to be part of the group, but the group does not represent your values, right? So now you're just mad wanting it to change. Why should it change? In fact, right? It's more bad that it changes, right? Oh my gosh, I almost like reshooting the video. But anyways, it is what it is. Whatever I watched in season 1 is what I expect for season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5, season 6, season 7, season 8, with minor changes. Well, you can't just completely change what I expected from season 1 to season 2 and expect me to stick around. Why are you still here wanting it to change? Think about it. So season 1, they showed us some wild shit. He was a baby and he was into his mama's titties. That's wild shit. This dude Rudy is just wild. So, yo, he's looking at the maid. He's watching his mom and dad smash. Like, that's all that we're seeing, right? That's not all that we're seeing. That's what we're being exposed to. So you should know this is going to be a show with some wild shit. And Rudy was a shut-in in his previous world, but we can't expect much change to happen to him. I know you're talking about it, no consequences. The world isn't a good world. So you had an incomplete character who's reincarnated into a new world, right? That's a shitty world. So he himself can't be much better. He can't grow to your modern standards. I can't say that he can't. It's very possible, but it's not likely because the world is shitty. The world condones what he does. That's the product of the world. That's why spending your frustration or your time with Rudy being shitty or not is a waste of your thought. Is the story interesting? Is this world interesting? And if that's no, then you just stop watching. Yeah, he's an incomplete character in a shitty ass world. His dad is smashing in front of him. His dad is cheating in front of him. His dad in this world. His whole family has all these beast girls. He saw his grandfather smashing the beast maid, right? So he's now doing what's second nature to him in Gray Rat World. Now, I always will say that I hold him to a higher standard than anyone in this world because of his modern knowledge. But at the same time, you are the sum of the 5 closest people to you. That is a fact. Look at whoever you are and look at the 5 closest people that are associated with you. I saw Rudy get desensitized I saw Rudy get sensitized more to slavery with the impact that Ridgeard had over him. because if Rudy had he had his people face their circumstances. So anyways, Rudy needs to be surrounded by some better people, but he's not. Got the elf woman was out here smashing any and everything that she can get her hands on, right? That's the kind of people that Rudy's surrounded with. So again, stop focusing on Rudy and focus on the world. Is the world for you or is the world not for you? Anyways, that's my video. It was a rant. It was an organized one. I hope you guys appreciated it. So, you know, I post my content early on Patreon. Y'all already know the deal. I got a gaming channel that's up, so look for that in the description of this video. I know y'all not gonna make it to the end, but check me out on Twitter and Instagram. Until next time, guys, I'm out this mug. Rock D. Lee. And you know I couldn't stop with one channel. Be sure to check out the YaBoyRocklee subsidiary channels in the description of this video. Much love, guys.